Hi, I'm going to do some more songwriting. I had a little crash out last time I did this. We're not going to do that again. Wassailing, for those who don't know, is a tradition that used to happen on 12th night where working class people would go from door to door of rich people and sing, and the singing was depending on the general vibe. Sometimes asking for booze, just, hey, we've worked really hard on your lands or whatever. Can we have some of your fancy booze, please? So sometimes it was that, and sometimes they were being actively threatening. Give us booze or you'll fucking regret it. So this wassail song, transcribed in 1911, that's cool, has this line. This is how I remember wassailing being taught to me at school. Come butler, come give us a bowl of the best, as in best booze. Then I hope your soul in heaven may rest. But if you do draw us a bowl of the small, as in small beer, as in crap booze, then down will fall butler, bowl and all. It's like they're just actively threatening this guy. And it's not, like, great for people to threaten the servants rather than the masters, but fucking whatever. Like, that's rad. Working class people going from door to door singing, going, give us booze or there'll be trouble. Unfortunately, it has been largely displaced by carol singing because we're not allowed nice things. So wassailing, being a tradition of folk songs, in modern recordings, can be a bit folk songy.
Oh, lily, white lily, oh, lily, white pin.
No shade on these guys, these two are fantastic singers.
Oh, lily, oh, lily, white pin, please to come down and let us
The stomping is good.
Oh, lily, white
Anyway, no shade on folk songs, no shade on folk singing. It's just not my genre of choice, you know. This is to be compared with this song by The Boo. The Boo are, as I understand it, Billy Joe Armstrong off Green Day's family band. They just recorded 4 songs in 2021. Good for you guys. So this is what this sounds like. Yes, it's extremely basic pop punk. However, it brings me joy. As I established last time, I do not know how to write songs, so I got an AI to make me one, a wassailing song, in the pop punk style, right? So that is what I have here. What I have here are the vocals, because I stripped the rest of it out.
Lily white pin, please to come down and let us come in.
Right? It's pacey. It is punk adjacent. So I'm going to try and write music for this. So I have heard this song that Suno made for me a bunch of times, but my memory is fucked because I have CPTSD apparently. And one of the things that can happen there is your memory just doesn't really work. So whilst I remember the vibe of the song that Suno made, can't remember how it goes. So I'm just going to try and fucking go and see what happens. So, last time I did this, I tried to use the chord progression tool, and what happened was nothing good. So, I am going to just not try and be clever, and I'm just gonna write some fucking chords and see how we go. In theory, it's going to be easier. So all I know about this is I fed it into a key analyzer, like that thing that analyzed the Suno song and told me it's in 93 BPM and it's in the key of D major, right? Cool. So if I do just some of those. No. Okay, so that's fine. Are they doing power chords? Yeah. Okay, so, I know it's in D major, and so we're going to use the 4-chord sequence. The 4-chord sequence is the most basic fucking chord sequence you can have. It goes 1, 5, 6, 4. Okay, so the 1 is the D, easy peasy. The 5 is G. G, 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 G. And 6 is the A. And 4 is the F sharp. F sharp. Ah, but I've got to change the motherfucking D. And it's major. It's one of these majors. I'm sticking with Ionian because it's up the top. Actually, I can find out. So now it's snapping. It goes D, yes. So E, yes. F sharp, yes. G, A, B, C sharp. Yay, it's correct. Good job. Okay, so A, and then the 4 is the G. Well, I got this wrong. The 5 is for G. And then presumably the 5 is the A, and then the 6 is the B. Yes, cool. And then the 4 is the G. Okay, fine. Well, we saved ourselves a little bit of embarrassment there. Who's this we?
Lily white pin, please to come down.
Okay, well, that's a good start. It won't play, this particular guitar won't play that B4. A3 will go down to 8.
Lily white pin, please to come down and let us come in.
Okay, so I actually think
Lily white
it should
pin.
go down.
Lily white pin. Lily white pin.
Nope.
Lily white pin.
Maybe it should be B.
Lily white pin.
Yeah.
Lily white pin. Please to come.
So that's okay, but the B is wrong. So let's try something else.
Lily white pin. Please to come.
Nope.
Lily white pin. Please to come down and let us come in.
I mean, that kind of works.
Lily white pin. Please to come down and let us come in.
Nope. E?
Lily white pin. Please to come down and let us come in.
That E doesn't work.
Lily white pin. Please to come down and let us come in. Lily white.
That's not good, but it's not bad. Like, I don't hate it, which is always nice. Playlist, baby. Okay, so we're gonna treat that as okay and make a different progression for the second time round because I'm not convinced by this whole thing.
Lily white smart.
Okay, so let's try going up from there. I think we did that previously, didn't we?
Lily white smart. Lily white smart. Lily white smart. Please come. Lily white smart. Please come. Lily white smart. Please come down and. Lily white smart. Please come down and pull. Lily white smart. Please come down. Lily white smart. Please come. Lily white smart. Please come.
To be,
Lily
smart.
white smart. Please come down and pull back.
that's not bad. Don't mind that.
Lily white smart. Please come down and pull back the lock. Lily white. Please come down and pull back the lock.
No, that F doesn't work.
Please come down and pull back the lock. Please come down and pull back the lock. Please come down and pull back the lock.
Okay, so we're then into the chorus. Da, da, da. Okay. So we don't want to start on the root again. For it's a wassail, jolly wassail, joy come to our jolly wassail.
For it's a wassail, jolly wassail. For it's a wassail, jolly wassail. For it's a wassail, jolly wassail.
4? G. Let's find out, eh? To do G. For it's a wassail. That C sharp never works. For it's a wassail, jolly wassail, joy come to our jolly wassail. Shouldn't be on the D though. We don't want to go to the root just yet.
For it's a wassail. For it's a wassail. For it's a wassail.
Okay, not the B.
For it's a wassail. For it's a wassail. For it's a wassail. For it's a wassail. For it's a wassail.
Definitely that G works.
For it's a wassail.
That B's alright. So the B is for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 B E.
For it's a wassail, jolly.
Nope.
For it's a wassail.
Nope.
For it's a wassail, jolly. For it's a wassail. For it's a.
I think that B's wrong. The B is fucking me up.
For it's a. For it's a wassail. For it's a wassail. For it's a wassail.
Am I trying to be clever again?
For it's a wassail.
Maybe it might be.
For it's a wassail.
Just made things unnecessarily hard myself.
For it's a wassail. For it's a wassail. For it's a wassail. For it's a wassail, jolly. For it's a wassail, jolly. For it's a wassail. For it's a wassail, jolly. 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 For it's a wassail, jolly wassail.
That's alright.
For it's a wassail, jolly. For it's a wassail. For it's a wassail, jolly. For it's a wassail, jolly wassail, joy come. For it's a wassail, jolly wassail. For it's a wassail, jolly wassail, joy.
So I should go up.
For it's a wassail, jolly wassail, joy come. For it's a wassail, jolly wassail, joy come to our.
The C sharp is for 6, so that's not going to work. I'm a power. That's going to clash.
For it's a wassail, jolly wassail, joy come to our. For it's a wassail, jolly wassail, joy come to our joy. For it's a wassail, jolly wassail, joy come to our. For it's a wassail, jolly wassail, joy come to our. For so wassail jolly, wassail joy, come to our jolly wassail. How for so wassail jolly, wassail joy, come to our jolly wassail. How will they make bloom? How will they make bloom? How will they make that we? How will they make bloom? How will they make that we may have apples and cider? How will they make bloom? How will they make that we may have apples and cider next year? How will they make that we may have apples and cider next year?
I don't know that B.
How will they make
C sharp's not works. It's for 6. No, it's for 7.
How will they make that we may have apples?
No.
How will they make
F sharp sounds bad. Why the fuck? I was going from G, which is for 4, to the F sharp, which is for 3. So I was doing a 7. I don't know.
How will they make that we may have apples and cider next year?
Okay.
How will they make that we may have apples and cider? How will they? How will they make that we may have apples and cider next year? How will they make that we may have apples and cider next year? Now.
Okay. That's okay. Right. Let's do a brief comparison, shall we? So last time I tried this, I was just struggling with the chord progression and I was just not getting anything done. And what I think I've just proved okay is that I can write a half-decent guitar part.
Lily white pin, please come down and let us come in.
I don't know that B.
Lily white pin, please come down and let us come in. Lily white, please come down and let us come in. 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 Lily white pin. Please come down and let us come in.
Okay, so as you can see, I can sort of feel my way into a guitar part that kind of works, right? So, and this raises this interesting point with the AI thing. Am I just using fucking Suno as a crutch, right? And maybe, because, like, clearly I can write a good guitar part when not referencing a guitar part. However, there are a few things that I think are quite interesting about this, which is that I am making the most basic guitar part. I am making just a entirely straightforward pop punk version of this, like the sort of thing a school band could happily play. That's harsh. The sort of bands at the school that I used to go to would play happily. Like, it's not difficult. You're playing power chords. The chord progression of this is 1, 5, 4, 1, 4, 5, which is actually quite an interesting progression. I haven't seen that one, but like, yeah, it's nothing groundbreaking, right? It's doing quavers. It might be quavers, and in this one they don't like move off being a quaver. It might be a semi-quaver. So yeah, like, clearly I can write a good guitar. Well, I can write a perfectly fine guitar part if I put my mind to it. So why did I crash out so badly when I was doing the other song a few days ago? So there's a few reasons, I think. First is, in the other one, I was trying to create something from scratch, completely from scratch. I knew the lyrics were going to be laughter, and otherwise I didn't have any firm ideas of what to do, and I was using the chord progression tool to try and guide me, and I think it did a spectacularly bad job of that. No, I think the chord progression tool was the wrong tool for what I was trying to use it for. Right? And the other thing that's very important with this is, as you may or may not have noticed, I have been using the vocals to drive the energy of the song. Like, I've been getting the guitar to play alongside the vocals, backing up the vocals. I've been using the vocals as a guide, basically. So if we turn the vocals off, I'll be interested to see how it sounds. That's not bad. That is inoffensive, which, considering that's very much the level of this project I'm going for, that's cool. But, oh, okay, we can actually test this. So I think it's John. So yeah, then we're going into another verse, all right? So we're going to do tests. We're going to do a test. I like a good test. So for this one, we're going to do guitar verse 2, right? And I'm going to not use the lyrics as a guide for this one. So I know it has to be, what I've been doing is like that sort of length. Okay. Okay. Yep. Don't know what your piano roll's doing. Okay, so we're going to start on the D, because I know that works. D, 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 D. Okay, so from the D, going to the 5 is what we did last time. Master and... So, but I do know it's master and mistress, oh, are you within? So actually we should start with, I think, quavers. Master and mistress, are you within? Please to come down. Please to come down. Please to come. Please to come down. Mistress, are you within? Please to come down. Oh, right. Mistress, are you within? Please to come down. However, you will have noticed that what I immediately started doing is singing the part instead. Because, like, apparently that's just... I'm going to try doing it without singing the part and just... I'm just singing it in my head. And I come back to this. I'm back, it's later, and we're in a heat wave. So, okay, I wrote this. And what I did was I then checked it against the main thing.
Lily white pin, please to come down and let us come in. Lily white smock, please to come down and pull back the lock. For it's so wassail, jolly wassail, joy come to our jolly wassail. How will they make bloom, how will they make fair, that we may have apples and cider next year. Master and mistress, so are you within? Please to come down and let us come in.
That bit is why I am...
Please come down and let us come in.
Okay, so it is not a problem, exactly, that I've written something that doesn't fit vocals. If anything, it's completely unsurprising. But the problem is, this is supposed to have vocals applied to it eventually. So I, by writing this, I think that's a perfectly reasonable bit of music, but it doesn't fit the lyrics at all, and I don't know what sort of lyrics that would fit. And that led me to another question. My question is, what is the difference between using the AI lyricist as a guide and downloading and using this as
Oh lily, white lily, oh lily, white pin, please come.
So let's find out. Would this work as well? I don't know. How does this sound?
Oh lily, white lily, oh lily, white pin, please come down.
Well, that's not good. Problem is, a fairly earnest folk song doesn't really...
So we may have apples and cider next year. Oh, master and mistress, so are you within?
Bless them.
Oh lily, white lily, oh lily, white pin, please come down and let us come in. Lily, oh lily, white smoke, please come down and pull back the lock. For it's our wassail, jolly wassail, joy come to our jolly wassail. How well the maid bloom, how well the maid bear, so we may have apples and cider next year. Oh master and mistress, how are you within? Please come down and let us come in. Stand fast by the roots, bear well on the spray, and a bushel of apples the next few years they. For it's our wassail, jolly wassail, joy come to our jolly wassail. How well the maid bloom, how well the maid bear, so we may have apples.
It's actually it's less bad.
Oh lily, oh lily, white pin, please come down and let us come in. Lily, oh lily, white smoke, please come down and pull back the lock. For it's our wassail, jolly wassail, joy come to our jolly wassail. How well the maid bloom,
Their
how
timing
well
is
the
kind
maid
of all
bear,
over the
so
place.
we may have apples and cider next year. Oh master and mistress, how are you within? Please come down and let us.
Okay. I think this is probably doable. If I... Let me just turn this off. Lily, white pin.
White lily, oh lily, white pin,
Please come down and let us come in. Please come down and pull back the lock.
For it's our
So if I move that, so it's the start of the bar,
wassail, joy come to our jolly wassail. How
and if I swoop this up a bit, and if I swoop this a bit, and if I do that,
wassail, how well.
so if I did this, if I chopped it up bar by bar, basically, and forced it into a sort of pop punk regimented style where the bars are the right fucking length. All right, let me check how that sounds. Okay, so if I was to go through chopping it up like that, I could get it into the right... Actually, let's test. Is it more or less what I was writing? No. It is not. I can get it the right tempo, but the vibe is completely different. I mean, this is not a surprise. It shouldn't be a surprise. Okay. So, to answer the question that I posed myself a little while ago, why use an AI lyricist when I could take an actual recording of the apple tree wassail, get it into roughly the right shape, and use that as a guide? And the answer is because it sounds wrong. Music's a really weird thing from my perspective, at least. Like, it is possible to know a lot about music and absolutely nothing about music at the same time. Everyday people who read a bit but not much might read 2 to 5 novels a year. Like, I've got voracious friends who read like 50 novels a year. But my neurodivergent friends and me, like, we all listen to music a lot. I write novels. I spend far more time listening to music than I do reading novels. So to me, I can tell when something feels wrong, or at least obviously wrong. Like, I'm sure I've made mistakes with this guitar line. Like, I'm not sure about that last interval, from there to where, for example. But this is the thing, for the big shit, I can usually tell. Well, I can know something is wrong if something is very obviously wrong. But that's all just instinct. I don't want this to well, alright, so I was about to say I don't want this to come across as me justifying using AI, but that is what I'm doing. Like, I'm not trying to justify myself to the theoretical person watching this because I don't know who you are. I suppose, okay, there are 2 possibilities when I release this fucking album that I'm supposed to be working on. I say that I'm supposed to be working on, but I have worked on. I am now on a break from while I wait for a singer to record some stuff for me. There are 2 possibilities. 1, the book comes out, no one reads it, that's it. That's what usually happens. I say usually. That's what has happened with every book of mine I've done so far. Independent publishing, baby. And the other option is it comes out and then people read it, and then how do people engage with the AI of it all? Because I don't intend to keep it secret. Because the thing about the Hank Green thing is Hank Green had been using AI to help write his videos for a little while, and people didn't like that when they found out about it. Some felt like he'd purposefully hid it or whatever. Because a lot of people have absolutely zero chill with AI, and that is entirely fair. Like, the dystopian cyberpunk of it all. Yeah. So the plan is to be upfront about it, but not advertise it. Like, the idea is I would put the AI disclaimer at the end of the audiobook version rather than at the start. So, I'm not hiding it, but I'm also not going, hey, everyone, hey, I used AI in this, hey, pay attention. Because I feel like that would be just inviting people to yell at me, and I don't like people yelling at me. It's not very nice. If you didn't like people yelling at you, you shouldn't have used AI. Well, this is the thing, isn't it? The choice is it exists or it doesn't exist, and using AI is the only way I could get it to exist. So, if people yelling at me is the price I have to pay for that, well, fine. People yelling at me would be a nice problem to have, because what I'm currently getting is nothing. I say that, 22 people rated the last book I wrote on Goodreads, and most of those are people I don't know. And that was really nice. But at the same time, it's 22 people. So, yeah. Well, I feel like I've given this a good go. I'm fairly confident that I can write half-decent pop-punk guitar lines. as long as I have some sort of guide. And that some sort of guide is the difficult bit. Because, like, it's not even a case of, like, I could pay someone to... Well, I can pay a singer-songwriter to write me a lyric line and I try and follow that. I can do that. That's expensive. Because art is expensive. And again, the thing is, I'm not taking an artist's job, I suppose. That is an important point. Like, this isn't a case of I use Suno or I pay an artist. No, it's I use Suno or nothing happens. And then we get into, like, so there are two arguments you could make here. One is engaging with AI at all causes, like, Suno to be able to turn to its investors and go, hey, look, over 100,000 people used our service last month alone, and I'm part of that number. So I make Suno seem like more of a business or whatever. So there's that argument. The other argument is I am actively costing Suno money by making it do stuff for me and not paying. So that's not nothing. The industry side of it's just a mess. I go back and forth on the environmental aspect, because, like, AI uses so much water. It's terrible for the environment. The thing is, most things I do are terrible from the environment. Like, if I was gonna do one thing to be better for the environment, it would be try to cut meat out entirely. Like, I've cut it out a lot, but not as much as I would like to. And, like, doing some prompts on Suno, like, it is an environmental impact, but I watch a lot of videos on YouTube. I send a lot of emails. Like, I still eat meat even though I'm trying not to. I wear clothes. Like, I occasionally buy new things. Like, if we're getting into the environmental impact of it all, the thing is about the environmental impact argument is, like, you should do what you can to lower the environmental impact that you have in the world. Which I feel is a fairly blanket applicable statement you can make to many, many things. And I get sufficient stuff out of AI that I feel like the environmental aspect is a like a consequence I'm willing to, like, put up with, because, like, I'm not the one who's going to feel it. We're currently in a heat wave in the UK. It's 35 degrees. And I am not doing well at all. I've got dysautonomia, which is a condition where symptoms are a lot worse during the heat. So, like, I get environmental impacted a bit, but not compared to people in the imperial periphery, for example. But yeah, like, I'm trying to mitigate environmental stuff in other ways. Like, I'm trying to cut down on meat, and I don't buy clothes new, basically, these days. This was a present because it helped Palestine. Like, other than that, like, I haven't bought any new clothes. God. Anyway. What are we talking about? Environmental impact. Oh, yeah, while we're talking about AI, I use AI for health stuff. And people go, oh my God, you should never use AI for health stuff. They'll sell your data. I know. It'll give you bad information. I know. It's like people who say, oh, you shouldn't play the lottery. The odds are terrible. Like, do you think we don't know that? Do you think I don't know all these things about using whatever ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini? Do you think I don't know that they're going to sell my data and make me part of a data set, and, like, it could give me absolute bullshit answers? Like, do you think I don't know that? I would not be using an LLM for medical stuff if I had a choice. I am on a fair few number of waiting lists. God knows when I'm going to get to the end of the waiting lists. Private medicine is extremely expensive. Like, and at that point, like, you're as likely to get bullshit answers or your data harvested from posting on Reddit as you are to go to the LLM. At least with the LLM, you can have a sane conversation with it and not going to start yelling at you. This is a problem. I'm too autistic to be on a lot of social media, so I'm cut off from a lot of when people say, "Oh, just ask on Reddit or whatever," those people are sort of people who like have no problem talking to strangers on Reddit. I have a history of talking to strangers on Reddit, and then like there is a inevitable sort of countdown timer that starts whenever I join Reddit. It's like sooner or later someone's going to yell at me for something, and then I just get rejection sensitivity dysphoria, or like I feel like an alien in a human suit and I have to leave and delete my account. It's happened a lot of times over my 40 years on this fucking planet. Most of the time I don't mind being autistic, but those times I do. Anyway. Okay. This was my experiment with my second experiment of writing music without the AI. Bye.